Hello, viewer. It's great having you on the show, and welcome to today's edition of Viewpoints. I promise you, it's always going to be an exciting and interactive talk show where they talk as EB. We talk about everything and anything trending, ranging from politics to entertainment, lifestyle, health, pop, community, you just name it. All you need to do is sit back and enjoy the show. I go by the name Hadiza Galadima, and together with me in the studio is the beautiful Rachel.
Hi, Adiza.
How you doing?
Good. You look good, by the way.
Thank you. I will also have the marvelous, the lady with the confidence. Confidence.
Hi, Hadiza. How you doing? It's
I'm
good to
great.
meet
I'm great. I'm great. It's our hope our talk show sparked meaningful conversation and inspired change within our community as we engage in honest dialogue. Thanks for joining us. All right. We will be going on a commercial break. We'll be right back. When we return, we'll get right straight into the business of the day. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and this is Viewpoints. If you are just joining us, talk show where they talk as it be. Without further ado, let's get started. In the words of John F. Kennedy, effort and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. So, on today's edition, we're going to be talking about the current happenings in Nigeria. So, firstly, let's talk about the recent comments from the past governor of Kaduna State about the Muslim tickets. All right, so I just feel a Muslim ticket is when we have two political officers or political office holders of the same religion holding a particular office. So I would say, or I would like to ask this question: is it a sensitive thing at this time, like at this time in Nigeria, with a whole lot of things going on and all the commotion and the drama about elections and everything that comes with it? Is it really a sensitive thing for Malam Nasser El-Rufai to make such comments as regards Nigerian politics and telling us that in Kaduna is going to stay for like that is how it's going to be, and it's even at the federal level at this time, and it's telling us in the next 20 years. Is that something reasonable? Is that something sensitive to say to Nigerians where most people are feeling we've been robbed? Is it a sensitive thing? Rachel, what would you have to say about this?
Thank you, Hadiza. You know, when I saw that video at 1st, I was really disgusted.
Oh, really?
It's annoying.
Okay.
Because it's something you least expect from someone like that, from
Exactly.
a past governor. It shouldn't be coming out from someone with, someone like that.
And most people say, okay, this person is an intelligent person, so he knows what he's doing. So.
He knows what
Definitely,
he's
he
doing.
knows what he's doing. He knows
He
what
knows
he's
what
doing
he's
exactly.
And when the Christian Association of Nigeria came out to say, ignore him, what he's saying is not relevant. I don't think that's the right thing to say. Because El-Rufai knows what he's saying.
Exactly.
No matter how much of whatever or whoever he is, and maybe he just said it for saying sake, they say out of every lie or out of every joke, there's an atom of truth in it.
Exactly.
On this particular issue, everybody knows what he's doing.
He knows what he
And
said.
he just exposed the plan.
And I don't feel like the Christian Association of Nigeria, like you said in your words, they were trying to. There was something you said that they were trying to, ignore him.
Yeah.
I would say that maybe they said what they said, to like water down the effect on Nigerians. But what El-Rufai said is already out there. And for me personally, I feel like it is not necessary. You understand? Because we already know that religion is one of the things that is affecting Nigeria as a nation. Muslim, Christian, whatever religion you practice, especially the practice of Christianity, and especially when it comes to politics. Why would you come out as a governor, as a past governor, you make such a statement that if you really, you've seen the video, you really need to watch it from the beginning to the end. It was annoying.
Funny enough, do you know why I think we should even look more into this issue? Other states, we have governors who are Christian, they are vice
Yes,
Christian.
that's what I wanted to say, because we also have states whereby we have the same, let me just say, the same religion ticketing.
Yeah.
So
why are people not
Why the governors not coming out to say
why
that?
they not coming out to say this is it? So why we just capitalizing on this? to me, I feel maybe, or do you guys feel that El-Rufai, like you said, he has a motive, he has something that he is up to. So are you trying to say maybe he's trying to secure a slot with the new president?
I don't know. I wouldn't say personally that maybe he wants
That's
to
what he
secure his
wants
slot. I
to.
feel like he's an extremist. You know, he's tribalistic. For you to come out and make such a statement that it's here to
It's
stay,
even far
and you are
beyond-
even giving
even
it
far
a
beyond being
duration, 20
tribalistic.
years, and
Yeah.
it's not only the fact that you said, oh, it's in Kaduna State. You've you know stamped your feet there and said it's in Kaduna State, and then it's going to the federal level.
If you listen to it critically, he said ever since the inception of APC,
You can
that has been
imagine.
the plan.
You can
Look,
imagine.
there is
So
a
if there are
plan.
people in APC that probably don't even have, you know, this kind of motive, maybe they just want good governance for the country. You've just implicated everybody, made everybody biased.
The Labour Party presidential candidate, he tried it, did it work out?
Yeah, I heard that as well. So for me, I feel like it's a very insensitive thing to say. And for the fact that he has held an office as a governor, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to spark fire in the country?
When Tinubu came out with Shetima being his vice,
Yeah.
and people were like, Muslim ticket is wrong, we shouldn't do that. He came out to say Nigeria shouldn't look at religion.
Yeah.
They should look more into competence and all of that. Which means
imagine.
everybody is just a deceiver.
But what I just want to even say about Nigerian politics, okay, this is democracy, and democracy is like what it seems to be power to the people.
Yes.
So it's just like the people giving whoever is holding any office position the power.
That were electing you, yes.
But one thing again I want to talk about Nigerian politics is mostly they are sentimentally affiliated with religion.
Yes.
Exactly. It's so prevalent. It's not just even in politics. I mean, down to the very smallest thing you do in life. You find people. I remember there was a time I was looking to rent a house in one of the towns in one of the satellite towns in Abuja, and I got a house, and you can imagine we finalized everything, and then only for the landlord to say, is she house, sir? I'm like, sir, I don't understand. He said, I thought that he does not want any tenant that is not, there is no house. And I'm like, so if I'm not from a particular tribe, I cannot, rent a house, I cannot do anything.
I've drawn my conclusion. There is a plan. And it is left for us as Nigerians, to be aware.
To be very alert,
like most Nigerians right now, most Nigerians just feel El-Rufai is just after Islamizing Nigeria.
Yes.
And he made it so clear with that video. He made it so clear with the video, saying everything he said. The fact I'm even angry. The fact that he even had to put 20 years. I mean, he has a duration. So that means this thing is something that he has planned. Probably he has, strategies, backup plans and everything,
He cannot be the only one.
Definitely. But overall, it doesn't make any sense, because right now, with everything going on in the nation, with the whole subsidy and every other thing going on in the nation, he's trying to set fire, add to the fire.
We have clerics that said we shouldn't pay attention to him because maybe he's just trying to be relevant and.
He passed relevance, so.
You can't just ignore someone. Imagine someone threatening your life and you say ignore him.
Exactly.
You shouldn't overlook something like this.
I mean, they should look into the matter and probe him.
Okay. We'll be going on a commercial break right now. When we return, we'll dish out the rest of the hot juice we have for you on the show. Don't go nowhere. Please stay with us. Welcome back from the break, and thanks for staying with us. And while we went on that break, Rachel and Confidence were in a heated argument, right? So Rachel was saying he has a plan, while Confidence was saying at the end of the day, since we all know that El-Rufai is an extremist, he might actually, it might just be a personal thing to him and not a national thing. So just tell them what you feel.
Yeah, I still maintain my stand. After all said and done, while I agree, well, I wouldn't say I agree with Rachel, but then everybody has their views, you understand? Everybody has what they think about a particular thing. You might have your opinion, I have my opinion. So for me, I feel like probably it is all personal opinion of, the whole thing. That you understand?
I really think there are more people. It's just that they're not bold enough to come out to the public to say it.
Well, our own is that they need to probe him, Sha.
Right?
After all said and done. This is asking questions. You understand?
Moving on to the next topic, and this topic, when it happened, when we looked it up, when I looked it up, I just said, "Sha, this Nigeria will be like movie sets, whereby you just hear camera, light, action, and people just start playing out scripts."
It's a normal thing.
So we're going to be talking about our Air Niger Saga. All right.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Nigeria is a joke.
Oh my goodness.
Like
A series. An entire series episode of, we don't even know which episode we are in right now.
What I want to say is, how on earth would you come out
One
and
man.
tell Nigerians that,
Come on.
okay, we've launched an airline,
Yeah.
Air Nigeria, and after 48 hours, we see the flights back to Ethiopia. Because
Are you
the
surprised?
charters,
Goodness.
Are you surprised?
It's surprising.
But I wasn't.
This
Well,
is
I was
Nigeria.
not surprised. I was. I mean, I was happy, and I felt, oh my goodness, my country is already doing something
I had
well.
that feeling too.
You know, I was really happy.
When
But
I
then,
came back
at the end of the day, I had it at the back of my mind. There was no BTS.
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes,
There was no BTS. They were not building. We didn't see that
It
building
was
plane hangar. You know.
No plan.
but former aviation minister came
Yeah.
out, like Hadi Sirika came out and said, okay, what we saw was just that because they didn't have airline operator certificates and all that, and now that's like the first step, and they have like 4 more steps, a bit 4 more, three more phases to go before it will be a conclusion, and before we will conclude that, okay, this is really
That's
what-
his defense. That's his defense because
This
they've
is-
caught
this
it. There was a
is-
cut.
There
was a cut.
This is a very big scam.
Honestly
you know the funny
speaking,
thing?
and it's really
If a
embarrassing.
poor Nigerian had done something even, way lesser than this, they would have arrested him and
That's the
Exactly.
question
And
on
called it
everybody's
treason.
lips.
Why are they arrested this?
That's
This
the
is-
question on
this is-
everybody's
this
lips.
It's really embarrassing
How can
because
one man-
it's everywhere.
How
It's
can
every,
one
and then
man
you come out and you tell us that it's an aspiration. Really,
How can you be
a whole Ethiopian airline.
And former President Buhari went away. Do you understand?
And people are asking, are you trying to tell us that Boo Boo is not aware?
Who is aware?
Like how
This is a scam?
do you
They should
understand?
invite these people
They
for
really, I think
questioning.
there is another
That's
forum
just
that
not
wants to
possible.
probe Hadi Sirika. They really need to ask him
You cannot
questions.
just come out and
Because you
scam
don't just come out
Nigeria.
and you say things like, "Oh, it's an aspiration. It's not real."
You cannot
Why are you
aspire in your-
like?
your
They
mind.
feel like Nigerians are
showing
stupid.
you. That's what I'm saying.
If I should use
that's-
that word, they really
yeah.
feel like, because I think we've gotten to a point where we as Nigerians, things will just happen in the nation and we just adapt.
Do you
You know,
understand?
we're just suffering and smiling. So they feel like anything the
Anything
government
they
dishes
bring.
out, we'll shut
But
up about
then-
it.
but at
They'll
the
make
end of the
skits
day-
about it
at
and we'll
the
be
end of
fine.
the day- At the end of the day, we are always built for anything thrown at us.
But it shouldn't
Well,
continue.
this-
It shouldn't
I don't
continue
know.
like
This is a
that.
fraudulent act.
No lie.
And
How
this,
do you know?
it is fraudulent.
How do you know?
How can you come out and say, "So Nigeria,
Rachel.
we don't get our
Oh,
own."
fraudulent is not the word. I think
we don't-
embarrassing
and
is
then
the
you
word.
came back the next day to say sorry, why can you not?
They were
aspire in your mind?
busted.
Like, who does that?
So like, I want to get it. Is it that you want to get the airlines from Ethiopia? Like, I just they want to do a collaboration with Ethiopia Airlines or something, because I don't know where the idea.
I
came
feel like
from.
it's,
I don't know
it's
where the
drama.
idea
I
came
feel like
from.
this whole thing is just an act. I don't
Okay.
know.
Who they want
I feel like it's
impress?
just it's
We were
all
there
an
trying-
act
we were there trying
because
to-
it doesn't
we
even
were
make sense to me.
Nigerians.
I mean, I was happy. I felt like, wow, we already have
We're
Nigeria
only
has
going in
its
the right
airline, and
direction.
then
We're taking
poof,
the right step.
it doesn't make
Yeah,
any sense. to
it
me.
It shows you like Nigeria
It's embarrassing.
Camera, light,
But
action. Let's
Hadi,
play out
I
the
keep
script.
asking this question.
Okay.
Hadi is still working a free man, Hadi.
Yeah.
I just,
Oga Boo Boo is still working a free man. They've
That's
not
reality.
came and tell us that, okay, see what happened. We found
but
out that
you
this
but
is
you
a
but you
scam.
already know
We
that
found
it's
out
not going
it's
to
a scam.
happen.
So we've invited this man for questions.
You already know it's not going to
Government
happen.
He's not even
They're not even-
accepting the fact that it
Well,
is a
I feel
scam.
like
So how
I
would
feel
they
like
want to-
They are trying
I feel
to
like
defend it. They're trying to paint
I
the-
feel like telling us
The way
about.
they
I feel like
painted it,
it's
right?
blowing up in our faces. I feel like it blowing up in our faces is enough. Well, they've said, oh, it's not real. Oh, they put sticker, so that's
They're
enough.
full Nigeria.
But, I mean, we are Nigerians.
who
We
stand
know.
the wave hand for Nigeria? Like,
How would you know that this is what they might actually be planning? See, Hadi Sirika has already said it.
He
This
said his
thing is
aspiration.
facing-
It's true.
you
He
are
said
planning.
he said it's not an unveiling. It's an
Look,
aspiration.
It's a different thing
So maybe we are dreaming. We
Look,
could
it's a
get
different
fake it till you make
It's a
it.
different thing to tell Nigerians.
Rachel, fake it till you make it.
Oh yeah.
It's a different thing to tell Nigerians that see our plans or see what we want to do.
Yeah.
And we hope in the next maybe 1 year or
Yeah.
3 months it will work out and this is what will happen. It's a different thing to say, see, we now have
Nigerian.
like
No, don't
And
worry.
you
I just
You
feel
even printed Nigeria Air on it. And Bubu stood on the plane.
It's the waving
Waving
for you.
hands. Like, what was
It's the waving for Rachel. But I still maintain my stand. It feels like, well, it's an aspiration. I mean, you can dream. Everybody can dream. But it's embarrassing.
well,
Honestly, it's quite
we're
embarrassing.
looking on to the new government to do the right thing. That's just it.
Yeah.
And he's not that he looks. We are seeing some steps. He looks like someone who is promising and will do the right thing, right? So we just pray
Hope
the new
so.
administration will really look into it
Amen. Oh.
and stop using us to catch crews. Okay, so now we will be going on a commercial break. When we return, we will dish you the last part of the show. Don't go nowhere. Now, moving on to the topic of the day, we're going to be talking about mental health, and we all know that mental health refers to the overall psychological well-being. It involves how we feel, we think, we behave, and our ability to cope with up and downs. Okay, and mental health issues can include anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder. All right, with the current situation going on in the country right now, I feel everybody's mental health is
Oh my
at
God.
risk and at stake. Yeah. So confidence with the
Why did you look at me like that?
Yes, ma'am, because you have to answer this question. With the current situation in
Yeah.
the country, with so many brouhaha going on up and there and here,
Here and there.
everywhere, right center, everywhere. So, what should say, like, how has this affected you?
Oh my God.
Because I know you
I have
can
to be
relate.
dramatic about this.
You can relate. Rachel can relate. I can relate. Our viewers out there can relate. So,
Well, it's sad.
okay.
It's worrisome. It's depressing, honestly, because some days you just wake up and as a person, I just wake up and I'm thinking, I'm like, God, how do I get through today?
Mhm.
Like, which bad news am I going to hear today? You know, it's disheartening. You open the news, you want to know what's happening within and around you, and every time what you hear is, if it's not something happened like this, if it's not that government did this, it's your fellow neighbors. If it's not, you know, and trust me, no matter how you try to be, because you hear people say, you know, be happy,
Mhm.
try not to allow things to get to you. No matter how you
Mhm.
try, sometimes it will just get to you. You know, things are not going well. Take, for example, like you said, things, you know, with the things that are going on in the nation, the full subsidy removal, see, oh God, it's affecting
The fact
everybody.
of not even having enough money.
I'm telling you, you
and
don't have enough to feed yourself.
yourself.
You can't be mobile. Oh
And you
my
know
goodness,
what
it's
comes
a lot.
with
It's
depression?
affecting me.
You know what comes with depression? A whole lot of things. Some people can't be. Most people are always suicidal when it comes to depression and all that. And as well as apart from even what is happening in the country,
Yeah.
mental health, as in we just have to look after ourselves, because if something is wrong with you mentally, trust me, you will not be able to function right.
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot function properly
it's true.
and all that. So everything can just go different, because sometimes these mental health issues can lead to insanity.
Mhm.
That's why you see most times on the street, not be all madmen they dress the team.
Yeah.
That's just
But it's,
yes.
it's the truth. It's the
Do you
truth.
know
You don't
what?
have
See,
to wear rags.
If Nigeria should be another country now,
Mhm.
I'm sure the rate of suicide and all of
They
that
will be
would
very
have,
high.
Yes.
That's why I said we Nigerians are built
Nigerians
for
are
anything
most-
thrown at us.
Nigerians
I don't
are
like the
most
words.
happy
I don't
people.
even like the fact
Look.
that she keeps saying that we're built, because it's not even supposed. Some people are not built for this.
Fella,
See, it's the
sad,
fact.
suffering,
Uh,
and smiling.
It's the fact
These
that
are-
when something happens,
Mhm.
in Nigerian,
Yeah, it's like we've just developed
we've
we've developed tough skin, because the thing I've noticed that is in this country, if you don't have, well, let me not say if you don't have data, the thing is in this country, people will come to the level where we force ourselves to just be happy, because
Yeah.
if you don't get to the point where you are laughing
You
and you just
break
want to be,
down.
you will break down.
break
I'm
down.
telling
But
you,
the
you will break down.
situation
That's
in
why you see
Nigeria-
sometimes the skits, the jokes,
That's
people
what I
are
was
just
just
laughing.
saying.
We don't have a choice.
Like the situation in the country,
And it's not really
actually
the way to
making
go.
Everybody become a content creator and a skit maker.
Yes.
telling
Look,
you.
That's
there's nothing
Because
you
we're
can do.
fighting
Yes.
depression, we're
Just make
fighting
yourself
sadness,
happy.
we're fighting
You
unhappiness.
just have to make
You
yourself
know, you
happy.
just
I get you.
Oh
guys.
my
I said,
goodness.
we're all be on the same
It's
page.
exhausting.
And at the end of the day, what it just really means is when you know your mental health is at stake, the only thing you can do is seek for help.
Yeah.
If you cannot seek for help, create content. If you can't seek for help, you cannot afford it.
Create content.
Become a skit maker.
Make
But
yourself
you know,
happy.
there's something else. Some people could have mental issues and not know.
Yeah.
It's broad.
There was
It's a wide.
yes,
Some people
there
could
was
be mental and not know.
God bless you.
Do you understand? Like, for example, this topic of depression is so deep that sometimes when you even carry out certain researches, it's like you don't even scratch the surface. Depression is so deep. Depression, you can have people around you and, you know, your people, it's not like you're not crying for help, but it's so bad. Depression is so bad that people might be around you and they don't know how to help you.
Look, I have a friend who it's only when she goes to work that she's
Yeah.
fine. Like when she leaves the house in the morning and then she comes up, but whenever she's alone in the house from morning till night, she's just scattered.
And she's not
But
married.
she's not married. So the truth is that so many Nigerians are actually facing this thing.
Yeah,
Because there's
yeah.
one thing
And
that is distracting you,
yeah.
you don't know you have it. But when you're alone, look, there are people who cannot stay 2 days alone in the house.
Yeah.
So many things will just
There's
start,
a lot.
you know, coming up.
And then there are some people that have
So many
people around
things.
them and they
Yeah.
now want to link it to village people.
Like
Most
speaking
times they
about-
always like to link mental health to village people, and it's not
Speaking
really
about,
village people.
I actually
Yeah.
wanted to bring an example of, you know, Chacha Fanny.
Yeah,
Fanny
Chacha
or
Ike, yes,
something.
yes.
She came out and she spoke about mental health,
Yeah.
and she spoke about she going through it. She said there was a time that like her mental, she was so threatened that she had to leave her house at 3 a.m. in the night to go to the
Yes, I
bus
saw
stop.
that story.
It's deep.
Yeah.
And it got to a time that she felt, because they were, when she was going through all these things, she didn't know her mental health was already at risk, and she was already having a mental breakdown and all that. She was having manic attacks and depression and all that, and she relied on some clerics, or she went to some churches and all that, and they actually told her something different. She said they told her that her mom was actually behind her predicament.
Village
She get
people.
so she didn't even know this is what it was until she got to find out, okay, this is really my problem, and she actually had to go and sort out, or she should get help and all that. And she's actually doing something again in as regards to that. She too, because she okay, I've gone through this thing, I know what it is. A lot of people don't know. Let me create
Yeah.
awareness,
Yeah.
and let me be that person, okay, they can come to for help. So at the end of the day, what I'm just trying to say, or what we are just trying to say, is it is very, very, how will I say, okay, just look after yourself, look after your health, because mental stress,
Yeah.
your mental health is paramount. It's just
It cuts across.
so if you have some episodes like that, you feel okay, depression, anxiety, just seek for help. Look for someone that you can talk to, and you seek for help. So do you have anything to add to that while we round up the show? Confidence or Rachel? Is a flaw? It's a flaw question.
Well,
so-
like Hadiza rightly said,
Mhm.
seeking for help is very important, and we need to, excuse me, we need to kill this societal. There's a word. It's not
Because
stigma. There's a
the-
word.
the
Stereotype is the word
okay.
that what's the word? You should not. There's a way I want to put it. You need to learn how to, like,
Speak
open
up.
up and talk. Sometimes I understand that the society has gone so bad that you can't tell somebody something and the person not carry it to his family members. But at the same time, don't die in silence. So hey God, I beg, don't die in silence. It's very important. Get help. If you need to talk to somebody, talk to somebody. Mental health is, having a healthy
State of mind.
exactly, having a healthy state of mind is so important, because it cuts across your physical, your emotional, your psychological, your financial, everything. It's so yeah, get help.
I think we need to create more awareness
About
Okay.
this,
Let people
yes,
know
and
about it.
let's stop watering it down. When somebody tells you that something is don't do, is normal.
small thing
Don't you understand? A lot of people do it a lot.
Or you see someone who can just come to you and tell you this is what I'm going through. They say, your own are small.
Yeah,
things. This is what I'm
yeah.
going through. So you shouldn't allow you to get to you and talk about. Some of them we are not strong enough to hold on to whatever we're going through. Some of us, what we go through actually defines us. Well, this is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of Viewpoint. Thank you for being part of the show, and we're really saying a very big thank you for your time. Okay, we really would love to hear from you. So be part of the conversation on our comment section by following all our social media handles displayed on your screen. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Oweleketv, and our website is oweleke.tv. Till we come your way again with another exciting and thrilling episode of Viewpoint. I am Hadiza Galadima and she is
Confidence, Oko.
and
Rachel Abie.
till we come your way again. See you next time.